Hi, my name is Jamie. Welcome back to my channel. If you're not new here, if you are new here, welcome in. And let me catch you up to speed. I've recently started an art business from the corner of my bedroom. This corner right here that we're in right now. Some people have an office. Some people have a craft room. Some people have some sort of space. Not me. I have a 2-bedroom apartment that I rent with my mom, so I'm limited on space. I'm limited on money, but we are making it work and I'm taking you along with me. This video is extra exciting because I actually have a market to prep for, and the last couple videos I was building and prepping for I don't even know what, but now everything in this video I'm prepping for St. Charles Pride, which as of filming this and as of posting this has already happened, but spoiler alert, it was really fun and eventful. So I think you'll like these next couple of videos. If you haven't seen any of my previous videos and you want some added context, I'll link them up here. I don't have that many, but I have a lot of business updates and plans and things. And then my previous video immediately before this was me planning my market booth and designing my market booth that I use at St. Charles Pride and I'm planning on using in the future mostly. I might tweak it a little bit, but you know. Anyway, back in April, I found out that I was going to be a vendor at St. Charles Pride in St. Charles, Missouri, which was very exciting and also very stressful because it was my first time ever selling my products in person. So that was scary. There was a lot to do, a lot to figure out for the first time, and a lot of inventory to make and things, and trying to figure out how much inventory to bring, making sure my POS system works, like so much stuff. And it's a pretty big event in this area. It's a very well-known event. Even though it's only 6 hours long, it was still like a lot. It's an indoor and outdoor event that has recently been bringing in about like 7,000 to 10,000 people. The vendor fee was a lot, and I'll talk more about my thoughts on that in the next video, but it was really scary to have to put up all of that money for the very first time, not knowing what to expect. The market was only 6 hours, so I was like, am I gonna make that back? I don't know. A lot of stressful things and a lot to do. I was so busy these last couple of months that I was just literally nonstop working, just like focused. Like I like saw the end goal, I saw where I needed to be, and I was just like, it was just like a train, like nonstop driving, like straight to the goal. And I was not like, I could not see anything else outside of that. I was only doing exactly what I needed to do, and I would forget to pick up my camera and like film little check-ins, but I would remember to film like my processes and stuff. But the check-ins that I do have are like full of information, so it all works out in the end. But I was like, I've never been so focused on a goal. But we're working with what we got, and now I'll leave you with some market prep. Check-in for you. I'm trying to be better about these, but here's the reality of trying to run an art business whenever you don't have the space for it, okay? Welcome to my room. This is my bed. It's full of tote bags, a camera stand, the bags that have my products in it that I've made. Things that I'm working on printing here. This box of an engraver my dad bought me off a TikTok shop. I don't even know if that's gonna work or be worth anything, but I haven't even tried it yet. Here's all of the paper from the stickers that I've been printing the last like week or so. Lots of junk here. I kind of am running out of yarn space in my yarn closet. And this is like nice, fancy, expensive yarn. So I'm just kind of keeping it out because I want to use it, but I don't know. Sticker mystery packs here. This electronic duster, because my computer is acting really weird and I think I need to take it to get it fixed, which I don't have time or money for right now, is my little block printing setup station I got going on here. My heat press, but it's not turned on or plugged in or anything. I'm using this to press the print onto the fabric. This is usually where I press like shirts and tote bags and stuff, like heat press things, but I'm kind of destroying my table. I've got this palette paper to mix the ink on because I don't have anything better and I don't feel like cleaning too much. I could just throw this away. This took so much trial and error. I really should have been keeping up with you guys and bringing you along on my learning process of making this work. But anyway, this is like to clean up the little messes that happen sometimes. But I just like put this on top of it. I got tote bags in here. Tote bags, those are the practice like crappy tote bags. I have this like old t-shirt here in case I somehow splatter ink back there, but I don't think that even is gonna happen. This is the next one. Even though I'm not turning on the heat or anything, I still have been using this to prevent the linoleum block from sticking to the top of this, because that was happening a little bit, but this is kind of drying out. I wonder if I can still use it. Here's one of them. Here are 3 more. I've heard that I need to let these dry for 7 days. And now I gotta find somewhere to put them for 7 days. This is like my actual kitchen table. And then this is like, this was not supposed to be here. This used to be in my room. And I had to make room for other things, so I was gonna take that downstairs, but then we just ended up liking having the extra space even though it's kind of ugly. But it's practical, and both are covered in art-related stains. My polymer clay keychain like references for when I'm making more. I've got this here full of some polymer clay keychain pieces that I need to paint. This is like my polymer clay setup. It's really bad, okay? Candle stuff here, which I have been slacking on because it's not like a super priority right now because I'm not gonna bring them to Pride. And then I've got just like junk journal stuff, which is just my personal hobby. These plastic tubs, but it's been blocking the sink for a couple weeks probably, and it has made me neglect my plant, and then I keep forgetting about it because I can't see it, and I'm doing so much every day and I can't see it, and it's just back there in the clutter, and I remember it every once in a while when I'm doing something else. This is the reality of trying to start an art business when you live in a little apartment. And I knew that this was gonna happen. I even talked about it in the first video that I made, but it's so crazy. I do have a basement, but I don't like storing things in the basement because first of all, it's not a finished basement, so it gets wet and I don't want to damage anything. Also, the temperature, you can't control the temperature, so there's some stuff that I wouldn't want to store in a place like that anyway. And then there's stuff that's heavy and I don't want to lug it up and down the stairs. So we just have stuff sitting around. I look really insane today. Well, that's kind of the checkup for now. My sleep schedule has been so bad. I've been staying up until like 4 or 5 and sleeping until like 2. I have been filming some of the B-roll footage for this. There's just been no structure with me checking in or anything. So now I guess I'll leave you with some footage of me doing some block printing. update. So I'm still really terrible at checking in, but it's currently Tuesday. The market is Saturday. We're setting up Friday night, probably. That's what they recommend. And I'm supposed to pick up my friend Jordan on probably Thursday so that he can help me out because he wants to. I might have to drive like an hour to get him, which is going to take out a chunk of my day, and I need all the time I can get, so that's a little bit stressful. For the last like 3 days, maybe 4 days, I've been doing nothing but making clay keychains and blind boxes, things like that. So this is I'm in my living room right now. This is my setup. Literally paints, acrylic markers, a Diet Coke, my AirPods, messy little paint area, all of the things that are hanging to dry, all of the things that are finished and glazed. Also, I just need to explain what this setup is. So this is literally like, this top thing is a shoe rack or something that I had. It's supposed to have like mesh things in it for shoes to go in, but my mom set up this contraption for me. I just call it the contraption because like, what is this thing? It's a shoe rack with no mesh, upside down on top of a table that we don't use, like a tiny little like side table type thing that we don't use. It's just like zip tied together, so it's literally an insane contraption, but it ended up with all of these like different little things that I can hang stuff off of, which is exactly what I needed, because my last setup, it was literally a hanger, which, you know, hangers tilt back and forth with the weight, so I would tape the hanger onto something and then hang things on the hanger, and there just was not enough room for that. So this actually has worked so well, and I've gotten through things so much faster with this contraption. But yeah, it's really insane, and probably I need to come up with something better, but it works really good for now, so that's what we're going with. So tonight I'm going to finish glazing and painting. I only have 10 more hearts to paint, which is huge because the hearts have been stressing me out. I'm making keychains of different pride flags, and they're like little hearts for all of the colors of each of the pride flags. So it's 1,000,000 hearts. It's 1,000,000 hearts. I have 1,000,000 of them right there. You count them. You count to 1,000,000. I have to glaze them all. And they only need one coat right now because I've gotten the glaze really thick. So I think it'll be fine with one coat. And then I have to let them dry. I have to assemble them all, tag everything. I have to print some bookmarks because I don't have very many normal bookmarks. I have a lot of magnetic bookmarks and not very many normal ones, and I feel like probably more people like normal ones. I don't know. But I quite literally, like, let me walk you through what every single day has been for me for the last, like, probably 4 days, I think. I wake up in my room. I walk out here. I go to the bathroom and brush my teeth, wash my face. That takes like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, depending on whatever. And then I walk in here and I sit down at this table and I don't move all day until I go to sleep. I don't even really eat until I'm like, wow, I'm really hungry. I gotta get something to eat. And then I just like eat the easiest, fastest little thing that I can just to get by. That's basically what I've been doing for 4 straight days. I have not moved from this chair at this makeshift art table. Yesterday I literally sat here for so long painting all of my blind box animals that I listened to all, and I'm not kidding you, all except for like maybe the first 20 chapters, almost all of Crescent City 1. Because I never read that series yet. And I'm trying to get through all of them before the next ACOTAR book. I'm like a Throne of Glass over ACOTAR person, but I still want to I want to read them all when they come out. I know that there's like supposed to be some like crossovers and things, so I need to get through all the Crescent City books. I liked the first one. It's kind of feeling to me like every Sarah J Maas series is the same. It's the same author, but like, and that's fine, but I feel like every character almost is the same character in a different font. And a lot of the stuff that happens is the same. But this one did feel a little different, but the characters did feel very familiar, even though they're different people. But I still really liked it, and I'm going to keep reading them and stuff. I'm not too hard on books. I feel like when I listen to things really fast, like they leave my brain really fast. So maybe someday I'm going to have to reread it physically. I'm sure I missed things because I listened to it, but I don't really have time to sit and read a book anymore. I like to listen while I do other things. So, because I really have not been in a big music mood, or like TV mood, or like YouTube mood. Like I'm kind of in a rut. So I went back to audiobooks, and I binged that whole book in a day almost. It's a big long book. The last like 200 pages of that book is one of the most insane things I've ever read, but that is very common with the Sarah J Maas book. They're all like the most insane thing you've ever read in the last like 100 or so pages, but because this book is really long, it was like the last 200 pages. It was like bam, one thing, and then bam, another one, and then bam, another one. And I like that. If you've been putting off reading Crescent City like I was, because you're scared of what people say about it and how it's so like hard to get into and it's like confusing or whatever, it's slow or it's like really big, you just have to understand that you're gonna have to just commit to reading through it and pushing through it even when you have no idea what's going on. There is so much thrown at you at once and you're just like, I have no idea what's going on. I don't know who these people are. I don't know what these species are. I don't know what these like races of people are. I don't know what any of this stuff is. I don't know what the hierarchy is, what the animals are and all this stuff. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to picture these things. The important stuff you need to pay attention to will come up multiple times so that you get a grasp on it and you'll know what's important. But anyway, I'll stop rambling about books. Can you see how messy this table is? What I've done to this table? This is literally my market table. One of them. So good thing I have a tablecloth. So it should be fine. But I've just been using it set up in my living room for extra space, because it sucks doing it at the kitchen table. The kitchen table is very small. And the kitchen currently is full of more market things. Can we focus, please? I have my stand there with my tote bags and clothes and stuff, and the more market stuff set up over there from whenever we were setting up the booth. I really want to get every single thing that I need to make done tomorrow, so that I can do like last minute stuff on Thursday, especially if I need to drive for an hour. Oh, and another thing is my mom has been sewing at her little sewing setup that's behind me over there. Also in the middle of the living room, makeshift sewing area. She's been making the linings for my purses, my crochet purses with recycled jewelry. They look really nice. They feel very luxurious in my opinion. I'm so happy with how they're turning out. The linings have a zipper and they're silk inside. They're so nice. So we have to sew the linings into the bags. There's one more lining that she has to make. And I want to put tags on my hats and bags and stuff, but if I can't get to that, then I won't. But like, that's what I would like to do. So I want to do the like tagging and that type of stuff and like pricing and things on Thursday, and also like really make sure that I have my POS system set up correctly and everything. I really wanted to get some crochet pride stuff done, but I don't know if I will. It's pretty stressful, but I feel like it's only this stressful because it's the first one. Because it's not just like because I've never done it before and whatever, it's because there's so much stuff you have to do for the first one. There's so much you have to prepare. You have to prepare like the online stuff and the POS system, and you have to like tag everything for the first time, build all of the inventory for the first time, price everything for the first time. Like, it's follow-up markets are like you have leftover inventory and you have to like stock up, or like you already basically know what you're pricing, you might have to edit some things, or like things like that. You have the POS system built. You just have to make some edits. It's like things like that, but I have to build everything. It's crazy because I feel like I've been working nonstop since I found out that I'm doing this market. Still hasn't been enough because there's so much to do. I'm hoping that I'll get everything that I want to get done, but I might not. And if not, it's okay. I'll just bring what I have and it'll be okay. But I'm so tired and all I want to do, this sounds so lame, but all I want to do is sit on my couch and play Tamagotchi Life and Fortnite. That's all I want to do. But instead I'm doing this, which I also love. It's just sitting here for 4 straight days doing the same thing, making things in clay, painting them and glazing them, just literally in the same spot for 4 days, no breaks. Basically, it's not like an 8-hour workday. It's like from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed type workday, which is not sustainable. But I'm just doing this now in the beginning because this is what I have to do to build it up at first, and then I'll chill. I'll have a better system. I'll have more boundaries with myself and my routine and my schedules and stuff. But it's really insane. I need to go so that I can finish doing all of this, but I'm gonna try to check in more. I just feel like it's gonna be really hard for me to remember to film and check in and stuff, not just with all of this like prep work and stuff, but when I'm there and the day of and stuff. Like, I feel like it's gonna be a lot, but I'll try my best. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna sit here for another who knows how long and do more keychains. I will, who knows the next time I'll see you, but I'll see you when I see you. And that was all the clips I have, but market prep definitely didn't end there. On Thursday, I went to get my friend Jordan, and it was 2 hours away. So I drove like 5 hours, which was way longer than I was anticipating. I was weighing my options between like, would it be more beneficial for me to have those like 5 hours, basically the first like half of the day, to work on stuff myself, or if it would be more beneficial to have slightly less time but with a whole nother person to help me. And I decided that it would be more beneficial to have another person, and I think I was right, luckily. Plus, I never get to see him. He usually lives on the other side of the country, so whenever I can make it work, I make it work. Jordan also learned everything so quickly. I am so grateful. He helped me tag things, box things, pack things. He also helped me assemble blind boxes, make keychains, and he actually discovered that he might want to try out jewelry making because he liked making the keychains and stuff. So I love that. Things went wrong on market day and he helped a lot with that, but we'll get into that more in the next one. Also, before anyone has anything to say, I don't make people work for me for free, okay? So don't worry. Also not in this video is my printer breaking. I bought a really nice expensive printer last year whenever I first started this whole thing. And it didn't even last a year. It clogged so bad that it was literally unfixable, and I had to buy a brand new printer. So I had to research printers, figure out something I wanted to buy and could afford because they're so expensive. And then I bought one that was a different brand. Luckily that all worked out, and I actually like it better than my old printers, so it worked out, but I am still really sad about all the money that I wasted on the other one. And my computer randomly started like not wanting to turn on. It was so scary. So much of the stuff that I make, I need my computer and my printer. Like that is like so much stuff. Bookmarks, stickers. I organize everything on my computer. Like it was so scary when my computer just randomly decided to not turn on. But I think I've narrowed it down to a faulty USB port in my motherboard. And I've just been not using that USB port and it's been fine. Cross my fingers. I hope that it stays fine. I'm just gonna keep not using that one port. Someday I'll have to fix it. I really don't want to have, I don't know how to even fix a USB port in a motherboard, and I don't want to pay somebody to do it, but I don't want to change my motherboard. That's so much work. I built my computer, but it was so long ago I barely remember how I did it. I don't want to relearn how to do it. But ever since I quit using it, it's been fine. So fingers crossed. There also was like a list of things that I needed to do, and then a bunch of other stuff that I wanted to do, and I would keep getting struck with inspiration for things that I wanted to make right then and there because it was like on my mind. It was like an idea I had, and it was like I have to do this right now while it's in my mind. And then that took away a bunch of time that I should have been doing other things. So I really need to work on my time management. But I don't really regret it because my new stickers that I made and designed were all my best sellers. So I don't regret it at all. Sometimes it's like you gotta follow your inspiration and follow your gut. And then other times it's like you gotta chill and do what you need to do so that you're not staying up all night for a week before the market when you need to be a person. So, you know, the next video is market day, which is so exciting. It's my favorite video that I think I've ever made so far. It was so fun, so eventful, and I think you'll really enjoy it. I will put it out in the next couple weeks sometime. I still have to edit it. If you haven't seen any of my previous videos, you can go check them out now. I don't have too many. When I first started my business, the very first video I ever made when I got laid off from my job, and then everything that I made in 2025, and then one big business video that spans the course of a whole entire year. Everything that I went through over the course of a year all together in one video. That gives you a lot of context. And then me designing my market booth from beginning to end. And as for my next event, I will be at Tower Grove Pride in September next month, the 26th and 27th in St. Louis. So if you're in the St. Louis area, you should come see me and shop in person at Tower Grove Pride. You might be thinking, why are you only doing Pride events? Because they're the best. And they're like some of the biggest events around. So, and I think that's where my target audience is. I truly think my target audience is like the girls and the gays, and that's where you find them, is at Pride events. And I want to do other events also. It's just like there's not a lot of really big ones in this area that aren't like fine art or farmers markets. Like I don't really necessarily want to be at a farmers market because I don't think that that's my target audience. But I also don't want to be at a fine art event because like then I wouldn't be able to sell so much of the stuff that I sell. So it's kind of hard to find the right events around here that I think are worth my time and energy. So Pride events are like some of the big ones. And I love Tower Grove Pride. It's my favorite event in St. Louis of the whole entire year, every year. But if anything else pops up, I will let you know. You can follow me on Instagram. That's where I will post all of my immediate news. You can also check out my other social media. I also put all of the events that I'm going to be at on the events tab of my website, so you can go check that out. And then you'll always know where you can come and shop in person. And also, while you're on my website, you can go ahead and sign up for my emails and get 20% off of your first order. I'm not annoying with emails. I hate annoying emails, okay? I will only send you an email if there are new products or a sale. The only emails you're gonna get from me are ones that you want. So do that, get 20% off of your first order. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. If you made it this far, you might as well give me a like and a follow and a subscribe or whatever. It really helps a lot. Comment down below with any questions, comments, tips, suggestions, whatever you have for me. I literally read all of the comments, so I will see it, and chances are I might even respond. Stay tuned for the next video where we're actually at the market, actually at Pride. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you in the next one. Love you, bye!